Before we start, please, if anyone has, keep 2 pens. I'll ask for 2 pens with any person who has. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ved Bhusan, currently serving as a Indian Administrative Service Officer. Let me start with a story. When I was preparing, I happened to prepare in my hometown, which is in Bargarh, which is 50 kilometers away from here. I also, no doubt, stayed in Sambalpur when my father was posted. In a family function, one of my relatives, you know how relatives are, one of my relatives came to me and asked, Ved, tum yahan kya kar rahe ho? I said, I am preparing, this is a social function, I have to be here. He said, no, this is not right. I said, what is not right? He said, you should not be here, you should be in Delhi. Because that is the only place where preparation happens. I said, I am comfortable here, I can prepare here, I don't have any issues with it. No, तुमको दिल्ली में होना चाहिए. People with your qualification, and mind you, back then I was graduate in physics, postgraduate in astrophysics. Back then he said to me, and I quote, people with your qualifications, आप लोग अगर कुछ qualify नहीं करते, you go and sell water purifiers. I was, of course, shocked with his statement, but I said no. I want to stay here, I want to prepare here. He said, prelims आ रहा है, prelims निकालना बहुत मुश्किल है, बहुत कम बच्चे निकालते हैं. Fortunately, उस समय मैंने prelims दिया, prelims का एग्जाम निकला, and he met me again. And he said, तुम यहाँ क्या कर रहे हो? You should be in Delhi. You should be in Delhi because prelims तो फिर भी किसी का तुक्के से निकल जाता है, लेकिन मेंस निकालने के लिए बहुत मेहनत चाहिए, बहुत गाइडेंस चाहिए. What are you doing here? You should be in Delhi. Coincidentally, I gave mains. Fortunately, mains भी clear हो गया. फिर आई इंटरव्यू की बारी. The same person, by God's grace, met me again and said, Ved, what are you doing here? You should be in Delhi. And I said, I will go to Delhi for interview because that is the only place interview happens. By God's grace, blessing of elders, whatever you say, I cleared interview. That was my first attempt. I cleared interview. That person came to me again. That person came to me and again and said, Ved, I knew you would clear this. And here meet my son. Please tell him to go to Delhi. The reason I told this story, because people change. Perspective changes. The only constant in this world is change. I'll start from the story when I decided to start preparing for civil service, when I decided to do civil service as a career. This was back in class 7th, 8th. Obviously, बहुत ज़्यादा ideas नहीं थे. तो कोई ऐसे घूमने आते हैं, स्कूल में आते हैं, ये पूछने आते हैं कि आपका लाइफ का एम क्या है? So people asked me and I had no aim in my life. So then the person who had come, very grateful of him that he told this, he said, have an aim in your life. If you don't have an aim in your life, you will not be able to achieve what you aim. So class 7th, 8th का लड़का निकल पड़ा उस जर्नी में कि 7 दिन है तुम्हारे पास और तुमको लाइफ का एम डिसाइड करना है. And the first person 7th, 8th class student goes to his friends, of course. Few of my friends I asked, आप लोग क्या करेंगे? Few said, we will go into IIT, and I was a very lazy child, very lazy child. I loved studying other books apart from curriculum books. Few students said, we will do IIT. I said कि कैसे करना होता है, क्या करना होता है? They said, देखो class 11th, 12th के बाद एक एग्जाम होता है. बैक देन इट वाज IIT JEE. तो ये एग्जाम आपको क्लियर करना है. इसके लिए पढ़ाई यू कैन स्टार्ट फ्रॉम 11th. यू हैव टू रीड दिस एंड यू हैव टू गो एग्जाम. माय फर्स्ट रिएक्शन was बहुत पढ़ना पड़ेगा, नहीं करना है. The other option that students gave me, इज मेडिकल, और उसका सिलेबस देख के पता लगा कि वो 11 तक रुकने की जरूरत नहीं, आप 9 से शुरू कर सकते हो। और मुझे लगा कि अब तो उसमें तो फिर भी 2 साल सोने के लिए मिलेगा, इसमें तो 2 साल और बर्बाद हो गए। देन कोइंसिडेंटली उस समय एक न्यूज़पेपर में फ्रंट पेज पे आता था कि these people cleared civil services. I asked my father, what is this exam? He said this is civil service, you go into these services, IAS होता है, IPS होता है, IFS होता है. He also did not know much, but he said कि ये सब services होते हैं. And I thought चलो ग्रेजुएशन तक तो कोई सोने से मना नहीं करेगा. And I decided कि मुझे सिविल सर्विस करना है, not because I wanted to do it, but because I had a chance to sleep till graduation. Then of course plus 2 came, I got hold of many friends, then graduation came, post graduation came, and then it struck me, इससे अच्छा तो मेडिकल इंजीनियरिंग के लिए पढ़ लेता, कम पढ़ना पड़ता. And I studied, no doubt about it, I studied, I cleared the exam, but during interview the first question, that perspective changed why I wanted to do civil service. For a class 7th student, the perspective was he does not have somebody to bug him to study continuously every day. But for me, I had to decide why I want to do this. Was it for fame? Was it for money? Was it for prestige? Was it for power? Or was it for job security? Before preparation, I would say it was for job security. I have given exams such as CGL, RBI, and many others, and I will say happily that this is the easiest exam, so I cleared this, I could not clear others. Of course, my focus was clearing on this exam. After that, I realized one thing, a doctor can bring about a lot of change in the society. He can treat a lot of people. A teacher can bring a lot of change in society. An engineer can bring a lot of change in society. A creator can bring a lot of change in society. But the scale and the gestation period differ. एक डॉक्टर एक सोसाइटी को हील करने के लिए it is a continuous process. A doctor can see maybe 10, 20, 30 patients a day. A teacher can bring change in society, but for that, a teacher has to wait for 10 years, 15 years. But for a civil servant, a change is marked by an ink signature of your name, which changes lives of a lot of people in the society. I'll give a small example. There was a time when old age pension was 500 rupees. Now it has increased to 1,000, 1,200, 3,500. Was given in bank accounts. Very good, very novel idea. But what we did not realize is many people in rural areas did not have access to banks. So for getting 500 rupees, they had to travel 100 kilometers, 50 up, 50 down, by a bus, by a auto, by a bike, by asking lift for someone, had to spend a day in bank, had to eat lunch there, had to spend at least 100 rupees to get 500 rupees. Somebody came, saw that problem and decided, no, we should hand that money directly to the beneficiary in their village. A small signature changed life for many, many thousands of people. This is the change that a civil servant can bring up. When I entered the service, many things changed. Of course, the first thing that gets changed is you are now job wise you are secure. But I got into IRS-IT. I did not know whether I want to get into IAS. But the attraction that this had for public service, the option that this service gave me to come back to my own roots, to come back to my own state, to come back to my own city and serve people, do the change, make the change that is necessary, was immense. People say, if you cannot change a system, don't criticize the system. Be a part of change. I tried to be part of change and I gave the exam again, came into the service, served in Dharamgarh. That was my first posting, and I realized the scale that government works in. We imagine acres of land, hectares of land. Maybe VSSUT, Sambalpur University, a size of hundreds of acres. When in Dharamgarh I did a paddy procurement, procuring paddy at a minimum support price for an entire subdivision where you have lakhs of hectares of land with paddy, with thousands of tens and thousands of farmers coming in to sell their paddy, you realize the huge asset that we have and the huge scale that government works in. That scale, ladies and gentlemen, is unparalleled. When I came back to one of my old towns, Sambalpur, the first challenge that I had is realizing what my job was. I remember one fine morning somebody called me up at 6:30 in the morning, early morning, and called and told me, "Sir, is this municipality?" I said, "Yes, this is the municipality." He said, "Sir, there's a dog lying dead near my house. Please have it lifted." These are numerous complaints that come to you from citizens, and you realize then that managing a city of 4.5 lakh population is not that easy task. Population, the people who are enlightened, who need services now, and the new areas that you enter into. I never knew about sanitation. I thought whatever जो भी कचरा आता है डस्टबिन में फेंको, उसके बाद तो कहीं चला जाता होगा. I never realized back then कि मैं अगर कचरा डस्टबिन में डाल के बाहर डाल दूं तो वहां से कहां तक लोगों को इम्पैक्ट पड़ सकता है. When I saw with my own eyes people segregating waste collected from hundreds of houses, जिसमें कोई भी टाइप का वेस्ट आ जाता है, then I realized what one single person's difference can make. Imagine एक छोटा पिन किसी एक हाउस होल्ड का अगर कचरे में गलत डाल दिया गया हो, उससे किसी एक एम्प्लॉय को जिसको सेग्रीगेट करना हो उसको कितनी परेशानी हो सकती है. That scale, that civil society's awareness, what impact it has on our society, what impact it has on us, I realized when I came into urban services. One more thing which many people here know, which we undertook here, was eviction. Now, eviction is a very painful process. For us, imagine we have to decide between many goods and many bads. We have to have the road widened. We have to think about greatest good of greatest number. There are then people who have built on this land which does not belong to them but are profiteering from it. And then there are people who are dependent on that small shop, on that small house, who are living in it, whose livelihood, whose lives will get altered. They are paying their rent to someone, but they are the ones who get most impacted by any eviction. But as we know, we have to do many things, many steps we have to take, which are difficult for people, which are difficult emotionally for us. My father has served in this town of Budla, and it was one of my first jobs to do an eviction in Budla, and it was very, very painful for me personally. But this satisfaction I would have later in my life, that whatever it is, however harsh I may have sounded, I did something better for this town. We come and go, I served here for 2 years, and still now, if I come back, I see with pride the roundabouts, the Johar statue, the Sambalpur signages that we had made it. You realize this satisfaction is what we live for. Just a speaker before me was telling that this satisfaction is important in life. Money can come, fame can come, everything else can come, but this satisfaction stays with you. This satisfaction of doing your work, of doing change to people, is immense in this service. I had told you to keep 2 pens. Just try opening 2 of your eyes and joining those pens. Tip to tip. Is it easy? Anyone who has tried? 2 pens, hold it horizontally and join tip to tip. Is it easy? No. Now keep them apart, close one eye and try to touch it. Gets difficult? Yes, it does get difficult. The more you may need one eye to see, But we need more than one eye to realize, to feel, to empathize. This service provides you opportunity to empathize with so many ideas, to keep yourself in shoes of so many people, so many ideas, so many segments of society, that you realize that this, you see the complete picture with this in service. Many people ask कि हर सर्विस का कोई USP होता है, यूनिक सेलिंग पॉइंट होता है. What is the USP of this service? For some, it is a matter of perspective. For some, it may be money. For some, it may be power. For some, it may be prestige. For some, it may be job security. For some, it may be fame. But one thing I will tell you with honesty, that everything, everyone who is in this service and will say out loud is the sleep you get at night, saying, yes, you have done something for the society, and for me, somebody at least praises me and somebody is in a better state for me. I wish all of you all the best, and I wish all of you good success in life. Be the change you want to see, and may God bless you with the power to bring that change in society. Thank you.